Happy Eid Mubarak first to all members of our communities who are Muslims. I hope you enjoy the festival and the festive season. All right, so what are the two major ways to make profit from real estate investing? Now, investing means you go into real estate for profit. So it's not just about there's real estate and I'm putting in money. There's a difference between buying real estate and investing in real estate. Awesome. I'm delighted to see everyone join in. All right, let me know where you are joining this live session from. I am hosting this live session from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm Tosin Omotosho, Nigeria property lawyer, and it's my delight to welcome you. So today we'll be sharing two major ways to profit from investing in real estate. Real estate is an asset. Real estate is one of the time-tested and trusted asset. As a matter of fact, there's hardly any wealthy person around the world that does not have one form of real estate or the other in their portfolio. And you know, we have a lot of wealthy people, we have a lot of investment experts, and they all agree that real estate is one of the assets that everyone has to have. Now, if you want to invest in real estate, there's a difference between you buying real estate and investing. You buying means you investing means you are put at the back of your mind is you want profit. You can buy real estate without necessarily investing in real estate because, of course, you just went ahead to make a purchase without really paying attention to the metrics. Is it going to bring me profit or not? But you just bought it. Now, investing means you want profit. And there are two major ways you can profit from real estate, different kinds of real estate. So let's get to that straight away. Number one is capital appreciation. And I'll give us an example. So I'm going to make this as practical as possible. So capital appreciation, if you add 5 million last year in your bank account, and the 5 million is still in your bank account today, what is it going to be worth? I want us to make this an interactive session. What you could buy last year with 5 million, would the 5 million you have today still be able to buy it? Let me know in the comment section. Now, what real estate does for you is that you have this capital, right? So you have this capital and you put it into real estate. And when you put it into real estate, your capital is appreciating. So you had 6 million, you put it into real estate, and maybe within the course of a year, you've gotten maybe a 20% increase, a 30% increase, a 40% increase on that capital. Do you understand? Now, if you were just holding your money, of course, the value of the money would reduce. I mean, what we could buy for 500,000 last year, we can't this year. If you want to buy it, you probably have to spend like 700,000. I mean, because of the inflation, you know. And if you're saving money and you don't want the money to keep losing value, then you have to hedge your money against inflation. And that's where real estate comes in. That's where assets generally comes in. So you put it in assets that as time goes on, the value of your money appreciates. So your capital appreciates. And I'll tell us an example, and this happened to me. And it's not an interesting story. In fact, I am tired of talking about it. But I think that everything is a learning experience, and I think that we can all learn from it. So a couple of years back, I had this opportunity to buy a plot of land in Ibadan. And for those who may not be familiar, Ibadan is a town in southwest Nigeria. Is the capital of Oyo State. So it's not so far from Lagos. Okay, so I had this opportunity. I'd put together this money. Then I used to work. I was doing a 9 to 5 before I started Caris legal practice, and we did this at job where you contribute money. So I really had this. That's 300,000, and trust me, 300,000 then and now it wasn't the same thing. I'm talking about more than 10 years. So I got this opportunity to buy this land. But I don't know, procrastination, I just lost interest and didn't buy it. And this is where it really gets interesting. Like, within a year, the value of that land, that same land that they took me to and said I should buy, and I refused to buy, within a year, it jumped to 5 million. Like, it was crazy. And up to now, I always regret it. But of course, I've gone on to make other investments to cover that. And of course, you know how these things happen. I can't say that 300,000, this is what I spent it on. I can't say that. I didn't even invest in it. Invest it in anything else to be able to say, okay, well, I didn't buy the land, but maybe I bought this for funds. Maybe I bought the stocks. No, I don't know what happened to that land. But if I had taken that money, bought that land within a year, it would have appreciated by, how many percentage is that? Please help my math. it would have appreciated just by just by buying land. That's capital appreciation. So I have to state that not all real estate appreciates that fast. Real estate is a long-term game. Real estate is strategic. Real estate is not Ponzi. So it's very important. But in Nigeria, real estate almost always appreciates. As a matter of fact, I don't think that in all my years of experience, I've really seen a situation where someone will buy real estate, hold it for a while, and the value will go down. I haven't seen. There might be, but I haven't seen. It almost always appreciates. And it's due to a number of factors. Number one is our huge population. Now, our population is very huge. And real estate is something that everybody needs. As I'm speaking to you, I'm in one form of real estate. I'm in a building. If you're not in a building, maybe you're driving, you're going to go to one form of real estate or the other. As a matter of fact, maybe before today ends, you're going to interact with different types of real estate. Maybe you're going out to celebrate with your friends, you're going to their houses, you're going to a park. Thank you, Varsity, more than 1,000 increase. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe you go to the park today to celebrate with your friends, you're going to the mall, you're going to visit your friends. All those places you are going to, they're real estate. So what does that tell you? The demand for real estate will keep increasing. As long as we keep having an healthy and growing population, the demand for real estate keeps increasing. And that's why real estate is one of the assets that educated people, uneducated people, learned people, business owners, entrepreneurs, employees, everyone is investing in it because everyone needs it. And the economic principle, when demand increases and supply is fixed, price would rise. Now real estate supply is fixed because you can't create more land. It's not possible to create more land. What we can just do is to maximize the land. So instead of building a bungalow, we then build skyscrapers, we build duplexes, triplexes, and all the rest, like block of apartments. All right. So real estate is one asset that in Nigeria almost always appreciates, and that's it. That was how I majorly lost the opportunity, and I've seen many people take advantage of capital appreciation in real estate to make money, all right? Especially land banking. Land banking is one of the pretty simple and easy, if you follow the due process way, to allow your capital appreciate. And what is land banking? It's you simply taking your money, buying real estate, leave it for a while. And when I mean real estate, I mean land, bare land. Leave it for a while. You don't have to develop it. You don't have to build it. Just secure it, because that's very important. You don't buy land and leave it unsecured. Okay, it's very important. You buy the land, you secure it, you do your proper documentation, you leave it for a while. The value is going to increase, and then you can sell for a profit. In fact, sometimes some people don't sell for a profit, and I'll tell us. Let me tell us two real life scenarios. So I was speaking to a couple, and I'm always fascinated by elderly people because I believe that there's a lot of things we can learn from them. So they were telling me and my husband about how they had bought 2 plots of land at a particular time, and when they bought the 2 plots of land, after a couple of years, I think it was like 5-6 years, it was quite a considerable number of time. They bought the plots of land for 850,000 each. And then they said after some years, because they bought in an emerging area, and we'll still get to that, the land was sold. They were able to sell one of the plots for 15 million, like 850,000 to 15 million within 6 years. It's totally crazy. But yes, it happens sometimes. Not in all cases, but it happens. And he said it was from the 15 million they made from that first plot. They developed their house, and then they now went to another area and bought another land in another emerging area, left that one. So you can see how 2 plots has become 2 plots and a house and profits. Like literally, it's crazy. And let me tell us another example too. So if you go ahead and check my page, I've actually talked about this a couple of times on my page about Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika. How she had bought this land at Chevron for 5.2, and she said she didn't do anything. She didn't do a fence. She just left the land. The land was secure anyway. The family she bought from were secure. And then after 4 years, she needed capital because she was expanding her business, and they needed capital, and she needed to bring in investors. And then she was able to sell the land for 61.4 million. And this is just 4 years, gap. That's land banking. That's the beauty of land banking. I've seen simple people, everyday people, regular people like us put their money in land banking and really make profits. All right. So it's very important. If you're going into real estate, this is one of the things that I would encourage you. If you're just starting out, if you don't have so much money, it's something you can start with. And I actually have a training that I'll be doing on the 23rd of July. if you are not part of that training, like, I don't know, you're going to be missing a lot, because I'll be talking about what to look out for when you want to buy land, because it's very important. It's not just about just buying land and leaving it there. First is the land has to be genuine. It has to be legit. How do you know what to do when you're buying from these people? You're buying from a family, community, you're buying from individuals. You know, what's the proper documentation to be done? What questions should you ask if you want to buy this land? How do you secure the land? Because the thing about this land is you will leave it for a while, and it's not like you're developing it. So you cannot afford to just leave it without securing it, okay? What are emerging areas? Remember, all the examples I have talked about are in emerging areas, okay? How do you identify emerging areas? How do you identify areas that you can likely from the trend say, this place is going to become a really huge place. I think I should plug in my money. So that's what we are going to be learning in that live training. It's going to be a live training on Zoom, and the early bird pricing is currently on. So if you're watching this video or watching the replay, just DM me land bank. Land as in land, L-A-N-D, combined with bank, B-A-N-K, like bank where we keep money. So just DM me land bank and you get access to it. But if you are fast enough, you can get it for the what's the word now, for the early bird price, because I just launched it a few hours ago and I really had a lot of people jump on it. So the early bird pricing is 7,500 for those who, for the first 25 people, and then subsequently the price goes up to 9,500. It's going to be a live session because I want us to be able to interact, ask questions, so you can get all the information. And it's something that after the session you can really go ahead and start using the information to build wealth through land banking. So ensure you take advantage of that. So that's for capital appreciation. So please, if you have questions, just hold on. By the time I'm done with the session, we can take all the questions. I wouldn't want to lose my train of thought, and I've noted what I want to say so that I don't forget. So the second way you can also make money from real estate is cash flow. So cash flow is bringing money into your account. Now let's say, for instance, you buy the land and you want to use it for land banking. But then after you bought the land, someone approaches you and say, oh, this land is by the roadside. Can I put my container on it? And I'll be paying you so and so for the lease, all right? That's cash flow because they're paying you a certain amount of money at regular intervals. So it's bringing in money to your account. Now that's like a double blessing because the value of the land is appreciating, at the same time it's bringing in money to you. It's the rationale also behind renting. When you build a house or buy a house and you rent it out, whether you rent it out for long tenancies, for long leases, that's above 2-3 years, or for short or tenancies of 1 year, or even for short lets, okay? Or even you have commercial, you build a shopping mall and you have people who have rented all the shops and they are paying you an income, maybe yearly, maybe monthly. That's cash flow. Okay, so those are the two major ways. Cash flow is one way you can make money in real estate. Capital appreciation is another way you can make money in real estate. And you can even be really, really super lucky to have both in one asset, all right? So these are the ways that you can make money in real estate. And if you're going into real estate, ensure that you know enough about it. Don't go into real estate just because of the promise of returns, because you're going to get burnt. And I'm not saying that to scare us, it's just the truth. So if you want to invest in any type of asset, and this transcends real estate, any type of asset, you want to do stocks, you want to do mutual funds, crypto, name it, any form of asset at all, you should study that asset. So it's important that you get knowledge about the asset. So if you check my page, I've got a lot of very helpful information. I have my YouTube channel, I have live sessions like this. And if you want to sit with me in a one-on-one and say, no, Tosin, yes, I really attended your live session, I've watched your videos, but I really have questions I want to ask you one-on-one, you can book a consultation session. So it's paid for, it's not free. So if you send me a DM, my virtual assistant is going to take you through the process of booking a call, and you can get all the answers to the questions that you have. So let's take questions as we round up. So ensure you are part of that training, the land banking trading. It's actually titled Real Estate Profits, Building Generational Wealth Through Land Banking. So and let me tell you one formula that you can use. If you decide from today that you would be buying at least 2 plots of land every year for the next 10 years, and What would that mean for you? At the end of 10 years, you have 20 plots, right? Just imagine what that would mean for you. Because those lands are going to be appreciating. By the time you're doing 10 years, the ones you bought first, the values would have gone up significantly, depending on, of course, how strategic you were when doing the investment. So it's a personal challenge you can give yourself, that I want to give to myself. Like, I work so hard. You're an entrepreneur, you are there strategizing, you're leading your team, coordinating your team, you're an employee, you are there 9 to 5, and you work so hard for your money. You really deserve that money too should be working for you. And it's true investing in assets. So make sure that you're part of that training, and ensure that you grab a ticket to that training. So I'll be taking questions now as we round up. Any questions? I think I saw a question earlier, but I don't know. How do we combat fraud when renting apartments in Lagos? So if you want to rent, so I really need to understand these questions. When you want to rent an apartment, fraud, you have to ensure you're dealing with the right people. So you ask the right questions. It's the same thing with when you want to buy real estate. So I actually had a client of mine, company, that were going to rent commercial property, and it was quite for a tidy sum, because it's a fintech company. So they had to engage my services to really say, yes, we want to rent from these people, but we want to be sure we're really dealing with the person who was authorized by the seller, by the owner of the property. Funny things happens in Lagos. So it's by doing your due diligence, asking the right questions, confirming that you're dealing with the right person who actually owns that property, or who is authorized by the owner to deal in the property. And you want to make sure that when any payment you're making for the rent, you're paying to the owner himself. So, and you want to confirm the ownership of the owner too. That's another thing. Like, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Hey, hello sis, welcome. All right, any more questions as I round up? I really, really have to go. Thank you for joining, and make sure that you grab a seat at the land banking training. It's currently 7,500 for early bird. And if you want a one-on-one session with me, I have few slots every week, so you can book a slot. It's paid for. Just DM me, send me a DM with the word clinic here. I think clinic is the keyword, and we can have a one-on-one session. You can get the questions. How does one know the property appreciation potential? So it's by doing your research, checking the trends, and working with professionals. That's how you know how likely the property you want to buy would appreciate. It's not a magic. It's not magic. There's a science to it. But there's been trends. Things have been happening for a while. So that can help you forecast. So part of the things we'll be learning at that webinar is also the professionals you work with. So if you've been following me or you're new, I always advocate that if you're doing real estate, you don't do DIY, don't do it yourself, Paying for professional advice, for professional guidance saves a lot of headache, and it can really boost your real estate journey. Thank you, Varsity Homes. Yes, check Emerging Cities. Yes. All right, I have to go. That's the voice of my daughter. Okay, everyone. So we'll see soon on our next live session. I don't know when that will be, but hopefully it would be really soon. So enjoy your day, and I'm expecting my followers on this page to send me salamis. So I'm waiting for who would ask for my address, or I can send courier to come and pick salamis. I'm waiting. I am waiting. All right, bye-bye.